Imagine being the absolute best at something, having an incredible talent, and it's this one thing that brings you fame and fortune, international admiration, and then it's taken away from you. You can't touch that thing again for 5 years. That's basically what happened to one of Israel's most successful entrepreneurs, chocolatier Oded Brenner, the co-founder of world-famous chocolate restaurant Max Brenner. Brenner sold his company years ago. The new owners, though, wanted to keep the famous name, the famous face. But as part of the non-compete agreement, Brenner had to stay away from chocolate professionally for 5 years. Well, that clock has just ended. Brenner is back with a new chocolate venture, this one in New York City, and that's where he joins us now. Oded, congratulations on the new shop called Blue Stripes. I know you just opened a few weeks ago. First, tell me how it's going so far, and how does it feel for you, personally, to be back in the game, to once again professionally work with chocolate?
Thank you very much, Jeff. And yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, like you said, 5 years, it's a long time. But you know, in Hebrew you say, Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila, meaning you first have to think and then do. So I have 5 years to create, think, and have all this vision in my head. And now it's all exploding, and it's really a feeling of explosions of emotions, of creativity, and a lot of new things. And I have to say that people have been waiting as well. And now when they know I'm back into the arena, the chocolate arena, they're coming back and experiencing it, and it's amazing, and it's really flattering.
The backstory of Max Brenner, it's pretty legendary by now in Israel, from one small shop in a suburb of Tel Aviv to dozens of locations around the world. Fame and fortune for you, but now you're starting fresh, starting over in New York. Is it emotional?
It's very emotional. But it's mostly, to me, it's an opportunity to let my creativity not just be in my head, but rather see it practically, see it in the walls, in taste, in smell, in music. And yes, it is emotional because I meet again a lot of people that kind of didn't know where I am, from regular customers to many other people that are involved in the chocolate industry. And meeting them again, there is a big hype now and excitement, and to me it's extremely emotional.
You say that this new restaurant, Blue Stripes, behind you, it's a chocolate laboratory and playground. What does that mean, really? What can customers expect when they come in?
Well, the main thing that I'm trying to do is, after doing Max Brenner for 20 years, I wanted to bring a real innovation to the market. And the main thing I'm trying to bring is the very unknown qualities and, I would say, taste, look, everything of the cacao fruit itself, which is an amazing and a very unique tropical fruit. Chocolate is made from this fruit. We are the first one in the world taking the pulp of the cacao fruit, which has nothing to do with chocolate in flavors. It's a tropical fruit. We make with this unbelievable juices, granola and fruit bowls, energy shakes. And this is a very unique experience to the customer. What we also do, we are the first one taking the beans of the cacao, grinding them on premises in front of the customer and making him the purest hot chocolate that he can think of, or the way my baristas call it here, cacao tea or wild chocolate. And it's a very different experience.
That sounds pretty good, pretty delicious.
All of this, we didn't forget the indulgence part of chocolate, so there are type of Willy Wonka fantasies here, hidden, very different and very new to the market.
If I ask you to take a moment of honest self-reflection, to look back at your decades-long career and the growth of your one business, now you're starting with Blue Stripes, what mistakes did you make along the way? What hard life lessons did you learn that maybe you'll pass on to your kids?
Well, I think the main thing is don't fight. I think that ego and fighting and thinking that you're the only one that is right is just the wrong approach. And if I look back, I think that I was also younger, but I think there was a lot of ego involved, and the second ego is involved, and emotions. Then it also evolves ego and emotions on the other side. And I think in general, looking for peace and for kind of settlement and compromise. That's the biggest advice I can give to my kids, the biggest advice I can give to anyone. By the way, this was the advice I was given 6 years ago by friends, by legal friends also, who told me, don't fight, try to compromise as hard as it may be, put the ego aside and just move on with your creation as with your things. And I didn't listen to it, I learned a lot, and that's what's the important thing, and I hope I will be able to adopt it in the next years to come.
There are still dozens of Max Brenner locations around the world, including one in New York, literally around the block from you. Is that emotional? Is that hard to still see?
No, it's not. It's tough. It's not tough to see. I'm very proud of it, and I hope it will be successful. And to me, it's a life story. So Max Brenner was a chapter, and it was a beautiful chapter, actually an unbelievable chapter. But I'm not living in the past. I'm living in the present, and my face are looking at the future, and I'm creating my second chapter in the chocolate journey that I'm doing. And Max Brenner was a beautiful chapter, a base in a way to what I'm doing now, and that's it. So we're moving forward, and it's all part of a beautiful story.
All right, thank you so much, Oded. His new restaurant, Blue Stripes, open right now in the heart of Union Square in Manhattan's Greenwich Village, a great spot. Oded, thank you so much. Good luck on this next chapter.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very, very much.